everyone, it's Jordan again, and for today I want to just read you something that a friend of mine posted on a group chat that I'm on the other day, and I just completely fell in love with it. I thought I have to read this for a vlog because it was so amazing to me, and I think you'll find it pretty amazing as well. So I don't know who wrote this or who came up with this, but I think it was just something that my friend found on Facebook, and it says, "There was a moment when Moses had the nerve to ask God what his name is." Now that was in Exodus, when Moses approached the burning bush and he said, "Who do I tell them that you are?" The name that God gave is recorded in the original Hebrew as this, YHWH. We know it now as Yahweh. Over time, we've arbitrarily added an A and an E in there to get Yahweh, YHWH, presumably because we have a preference for vowels. But scholars and rabbis have noted that the letters YHWH represent breathing sounds or aspirated consonants. When pronounced without intervening vowels, it actually sounds like breathing. So stop and think about this for a second, that the YH is your inhale and the WH is your exhale. It takes a little bit to be able to hear it, but if you keep doing it for a little while, I started to hear it pretty quickly, that the YHWH, inhale, exhale, it actually does sound like that. So, a baby's first cry, his first breath, it speaks the name of God. A deep sigh calls his name, or a groan or gasp that is too heavy for mere words. Even an atheist would speak his name, unaware that the very breath is giving constant knowledge to God. Likewise, a person leaves this earth with their last breath, when God's name no longer fills their lungs. So when I can't utter anything else, is my cry calling out his name? Being alive means I speak his name constantly. So is it heard the loudest when I'm the quietest? In sadness, we breathe heavy sighs. In joy, our lungs feel almost like they'll burst. In fear, we hold our breath and have to be told to breathe slowly to help us to calm down. When we're about to do something hard, we take a deep breath to find courage. When I think about it, breathing is giving him praise, even in those hardest moments. This is so beautiful and fills me with emotion every time I grasp the thought. God chose to give himself a name that we can't help but speak every moment we're alive. All of us, always, everywhere, walking, sleeping, breathing with the name of God. Isn't that beautiful? That was something that I had never thought of before. I had heard the name Yahweh, of course, many times. That is actually literally translated, I am. So God is saying, tell them that I am who I am. But because we have put those extra vowels in it, I never even gave any thought to like the original Hebrew text, which just says that it is YHWH. But isn't that amazing that God's name is always on our lips? It is always in us. We are always speaking the name of God, no matter what. Even in those moments when all you can do is breathe, guess what? You're still speaking God's name. I love how it went through when you're afraid, how you have to take deep breaths to remind yourself that you're going to be all right. And in that, guess what you're doing? You're speaking God's name. Or in the moments when you're so excited, you're speaking God's name. In the moments when you're thinking about it, in the moments when you're not thinking about it, in happy moments, sad moments, horrible moments, every time you breathe, you are speaking God's name. Most people don't realize that, and I mean, I didn't realize that, but I love how the person who gave us breath in our lungs is the person whose name we are saying every single time that we breathe. So I hope that encourages you today, that no matter what, whether you can't find words for the situation, or whether you don't know what's going on, or whether you're in a great time when you're happy and excited, no matter what, every single breath that you take, you are saying God's name. And if that's all that you can do, hey, that's enough to just be still. And as it said, sometimes speaking his name ends up being the loudest when we're quietest, and we're just breathing and being in his presence. So there you go. Speak God's name every single time that you breathe. God God is good all the time.